Collective, I've got your extended look for that daily reading coming up here in just a moment. For those of you who are brand new, my name's Cody. I am your conscious soul reader. Welcome to my channel. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate your continued love and support so very much. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell that will alert you every single time I come live and post content. If you need to book a personal reading or mentorships, everything's going to be in the link tree in the description box of this video. At the bottom of that link tree will show you all the other platforms where I go live and post content. Make sure you are following me anywhere you recognize me so that you don't miss an opportunity to catch my guidance or any of the other content that I am posting. I look forward to seeing you everywhere. All right, collective, let's jump right in. We're just going to get clarification, run out advice, and or an outcome, whichever one is needed, and then oracle to close the reading for you all today. Major loss here. Somebody is having a very difficult time moving on from you. This is a painful release. They are thinking about this constantly. Look at the first, Ten of Wands and the Five of Cups. So this weighs heavily on them about the loss of this, what they have thrown away, a recent breakup, the manner in which things have gone down. This person is doing everything they can to try to get over this and not think of you or recognize you as the divine love of their life like they are thinking that you are. This person is really trying to come to terms with this and figure this out. We've got these 3 swords here. They're thinking about it. They put them right up here on the wall, right up here to contemplate, to think about things. But this is somebody who is, using every waking moment to try to not think about this, but they're not succeeding. This is unsuccessful, very unsuccessful. There could have been a message here in the way in which this was discarded. This is pen to paper. This is messages sent. There's something here that was said, and this person is thinking very heavily about what they have let go of. Now we've got opportunity coming in, and they're realizing here that you are a wide open candidate now for something more on your level, something of a better match, something more sustaining, something more lasting, and the opportunity for you to finally be able to work with somebody and make results happen. This is somebody who's able to plan goals, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 of Pentacles with the King and Queen of Pentacles here in the run out. This person's just imagining and helping you to manifest, right, your successful outcome by just knowing that they've thrown away a golden opportunity here to create with a divine partner. You presented this opportunity. Look at all of this blue over here. You presented this opportunity for an emotional investment, for a divine partnership, for a power couple adventure with this person, and they just didn't want it. They threw it away. It was too much. They were being held emotionally accountable here. They couldn't measure up to that kind of pressure. So instead of doing the work of that emotional evolvement with you, they decided to just go ahead and depart and throw this entire divine pairing away. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo energy out here. So we'll go ahead and grab, look at that, the 3, the 4 of Pentacles, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, as we continue, right, holding on, continuing to build. Look at this, the Leo and the 2 of Cups, the 3 and the 4 of Swords. I know I picked up the right deck. You know you pick up the right deck when it starts spitting out immediate duplications. You're joking me. Okay, 10 of Wands. So let's check right here. We're going to check the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Tell me about the 5 of Cups, 10 of Wands, please. King of Cups. Supposed to be, right? This was supposed to be. There was a lot of emotions at stake here. That was probably the breaking point, the pressure point here was the emotional investment, the need to both be mentally and emotionally balanced. There was so much pressure. This person is thinking back on things, regretful of them not being able to do so. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. There's that pre-Empress energy. They're really kicking themselves here. They fumbled their pre-Empress, and now that offer with that Ace of Pentacles is going to come from somebody who's more stable, more grounded, more capable of producing results than someone who was not able to maintain their emotional and mental balance in the midst of all of this chaotic emotions churning around them. They were not able to temper their emotions in their environment, so they lost out here. Lost out on that opportunity. Tell me about the Chariot and the Queen of Cups. Page of Cups. Justice card. So there's definite spiritual karma. There are messages coming in that this is coming, this is looming, that there's going to be this karmic justice coming through. Libra energy coming out. We've got Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, Temperance card. This person is in fear of looming karmic justice for pushing aside their divine partner here, for lying, deceiving, lying to themselves. Tell me about Nine of Cups. Tell me about this Page of Wands to the Death card to the Three of Swords. Tell me about this little cluster here. King of Swords. Head over heart decision to let go of this, to remove the emotions because of the inability to face the emotions. We've got that Eight of Pentacles with the karmic wheel. Again, the Wheel of Fortune, taking this risk, committing themselves to being completely logical and removing all persuasion from helping them with this decision. Here's the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords. This person blocked every single fear. They blocked all of that out, and now it is all they can think about. It is all consuming about this decision that was made, that they committed to. They committed to this risk and making this choice. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. There's the Death card and the Knight of Cups and the Five of Swords. Look at this, the Knight of Cups, Death card. Yeah, this is a new offer coming in towards somebody who's going to be more suited, more chivalrous, more romantic, more sensitive. You know, this person feels like they're defeated by the idea of losing out to you. And now you have an opportunity to move on with somebody more suited. Tell me about the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. The Hierophant, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups. There's the Ten of Wands again, that overwhelming thought that will not stop. About how now you're going to be finally lucky in that love department. You're finally going to be able to be open to receive the love you deserve. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. They're just imagining you building your empire here and it being with somebody who is more emotionally matched. We've got the World card, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, right? To the Nine of Cups. The math is starting to math. We've got the 2 and the 3 with the 5 split apart. The change that has happened. 5s are about change. So the change that has started here about you walking away or being pushed away, or this person throwing you away, causing all kinds of conflict, being verbally abusive to you, maybe even yelling and screaming and fighting with you, and it causing you to go ahead and to follow your heart and end this, to protect yourself emotionally from the pain that this person was causing. And now that you have removed yourself, I feel like you're following the flow here, this emotional flow of following the path to a more unified love, a more unified offer here. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Swords. Look at this. Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. There's the Star card with their wishes coming true. There's the Magician card. We've got the Strength card, the Hierophant. Here's the Lovers and the Judgment. Look at this. Paving the way here. Paving the way for you to finally align with something that is deserving, angelic, deserving, spiritually aligned. Finally. Making way for this spiritual alignment. Let's get an outcome. All right, let's go ahead and get an outcome. I don't feel like any advice is needed. All right, let's go ahead and get an outcome. Letting go of this toxic connection. What is the outcome for you? Let's get your outcome. Thank you. Seven of Wands, Two of Swords. King of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Okay. So you guys are completely guarded from this point forward. The Two of Swords says that you are going to think long and hard, and you're not going to go into any new connections hastily or quickly. The Seven of Wands have you standing up for yourself and putting very strong boundaries up. This is strong convictions of you not being blinded by having to quickly make any decisions at all. I feel like you're going to make sure that this partner is the one who is coming in, somebody who is solid, steady, and grounded. We're all manifesting this for you. Okay, everybody, your person that let you go, you, the people who love you, everybody is just like, you know what, somebody better, somebody more solid, somebody more grounded, more aware is going to be coming in to build something of a very solid foundation with you. That Four of Wands is a firm foundation in which you can build upon. Star card, King of Swords, Hierophant, Queen of Cups, Nine of Wands. You are strongly standing by this and receiving retribution here. We've got the Star card with your wish fulfillment, your dreams finally coming true. You starting to take a page from their playbook and putting up some very strong boundaries so that you can really make sure that it's worth your emotional investment, because this is a head over heart decision. The boundaries are up strong over these spiritual lessons that you've learned about how valuable and how beautifully devout your love offer is. So you have put this Fort Knox boundary up around your heart and around your emotional investment in anything. And this is what's going to produce the results of somebody who's going to earn it and be worth it. Okay, earning it and being worth it. Let's look at your person's energy. Let's look at this person's energy. It's, you know, I'm picking up Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Let's look at this person. Let's look at this person's outcome. Got the King of Wands, the Empress, Page of Swords, World card, Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Devil, Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm seeing some attempts. They may end up actually having children with somebody else where they find reasons to close that cycle as quickly as it begins. We have this attempt at another emotional investment somewhere and it being blocked. I'm seeing here that there is a continuation of this toxic pattern that they are stuck in a loop on here. There's this holding back for this sense of security, but I feel like there's never this true initiation to make that solid plan stick. I feel like there's a lot of ideas, a lot of talk about this. People are watching and waiting for this person to finally have some sort of success here, but I think that it's just this continuing cycle. There's this continuing cycle of them being stuck in limbo, of being backstabbed, betrayed, and consistently making decisions. This is regurgitating decisions of their past to walk away, begin something, walk away, begin something, walk away. They're going to be stuck in this karmic loop until they figure out why it is that they cannot get this healing completed prior to create connections with other people. Okay. Tell me more about this person. Okay. They are a very shallow person. This person chases unrealistic preferences. They put up a lot of distance between their true fulfillment of happiness, with harmony coming out, with balances, friendship, and peace. They'll quickly deteriorate these connections as quickly as they're making them because they're based in superficialities. This is surface level connections that this person keeps on coming into contact with. They're chasing thrills. They're kind of at their breaking point with consistently being faced with people who are not loyal. They're not loyal. They're stuck in this karmic loop of loss, second chances. But this is some kind of a dream. This is something that they have this major compulsion over, of starting and ending, starting and ending. I think that this person is addicted to the chase, and they are addicted to the honeymoon phase. I don't think anything can come after the honeymoon phase. I don't know if they have the capacity to continue. We've got clashing, better off, and clarity. This person will come to terms with this over time. It's going to take a while of them concealing what their idea of true connection is. I think it's just built on surface level connections. I think they don't want anything of too much depth, of too much commitment, of too much requirement of them. I think this person is just chasing these surface level, physical, intimate connections. They may be somebody who just is all about trying to seek thrills and, you know, just be about that physical connection. So you may have actually, you dodged a lot here. There's exhaustion and consequences, right? Committing to this type of person would have completely drained you. This would have wrecked you. So if some of you got out sooner than later, congratulations. If some of you have been through this with this person for a while, then you're finally going to be leveling up, and this person is going to be stuck in this karmic loop for quite some time. Let's look and see if anything comes up about what you've got coming in. We got reconciliation. Grass is greener. Ghosting. Romantic feelings. Intuition. Regret. anxiety from an ex-lover. Okay. Okay. So, collective, this may not be for everybody, but there might be a third-party interference whenever you meet this person that will test your fear and your anxiety. It's going to cause you to pause on this whole thing. Some of you may have somebody from your past who just really did a number on you, trying to tell you that they've changed, that they miss you, that they want to have another chance with you because of reconciliation from the grass is greener situation. Or this other person immediately is going to have somebody from their past trying to come back forward. So it's really going to test this connection. There may be this pulling away from this person, or if this is just some kind of a test to make sure that you both are committed and dedicated to moving forward, and that you are seeing signs in this person that they've actually healed and that they've actually done the work to process their past connections in a healthy way. Because you've seen time and time and time again of experience of past wound mates where they were, consistently bringing up past partners, constantly bringing up how, they were done wrong, and they're still holding this resentment, and they still want to talk about this and, dissect it almost to the point of using you for counseling, receive some sort of therapeutic session from conversating with you more often than not. But there's immediately going to be this test, I'm thinking, for some of you. We've got regret and anxiety. Some of you may be getting a little annoyed that you're feeding this any type of fear whatsoever at all. I've got new love, fated meeting. Here's hookup and date. Okay. Some of you might be tempted to go further than you want to because the date goes so well. This is the honeymoon phase. This is some sort of a new beginning. This is feeling like you're finally moving on and you're finally starting to feel better about things. It may have been that this is so divinely paired that many of you are trying to fight the temptation to go so quickly because you want to let this develop in a nice, healthy way. You want to let everything kind of come to the surface here. I've got party, fear, soulmate. Okay. So a lot of you are going to be watching this for a while. I have a feeling because of all these pentacles coming out and the Hierophant a couple of times, you're going to let this take a lot of time to reveal to you what it is. I think that this is a big change that you've gone through in life to help you to achieve more authentic connections, to make sure that you're investing your time, your energy, and your heart and yourself in a way that makes sense to you, not in a way that makes sense to, your hopes and your dreams and your wishes and your, your needs and your desires, right? So we're not trying to feed all of these temptations that push us to make bad decisions way too quickly. You're letting this reveal itself to you, I think, for a while. There's immediately going to be a bunch of tests that are they're going to remind you of the importance of pacing yourself. We've got wedding and friends from single, right? There's this buildup that can be very successful if you let it reveal itself to you over time. You just want to make sure that you're investing correctly here with all these pentacles coming out. All right, collective, I feel like that was your reading. Thank you all so much for tuning in, playing along. If you need to book a personal, everything's going to be in the description box in the link tree taking you to my website. You'll notice I'm also booking mentorships there. If you have any questions, reach out. My email is there as well. All the way at the bottom of that link tree will show you all the other platforms where I go live and post content. If you recognize any of those, please go ahead and give me a follow. I look forward to seeing you everywhere that I am and you are. Until next time, collective, all the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand.